Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Malone's Record Service Evan Monroe Show, presented by Critters Corner, where we cover everything on the range with the West Green Buffaloes football team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Evan Monroe. Coach, how are we doing today?
Doing pretty good, man.
How was your Labor Day?
It was nice, man. Went over to Maynardville.
Okay. Union County?
Went over to Union County. Spent the weekend camping with the family. Nice to kind of get away for a weekend and rest, relax, spend some time with my family. So it was a really nice weekend. I enjoyed it.
It's a nice little drive over there, too. It's a little far.
It's about an hour, 10 minutes from the house. So, we kind of went through Grainger County, then went through Tazewell and went over that way. So got a little scenic tour. So it was nice. It was always a good time to kind of get away from here for a little bit, relax. You don't get to do that much during the season.
True.
Spend some time with my kids. Nice little camping trip. I enjoyed it. So,
I know
any big plans.
Labor Day?
Yeah.
I did 2 coaches shows, and I went back home and chillaxed the rest of the day and watched Florida State lose another football game. How about that?
I would say I'm surprised, but not.
That's kind of crazy. Win 13 straight and then lose 3 straight.
Well,
doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't. I think Boston College is going to be pretty good this year. Got Bill O'Brien.
That's true.
He's about as detailed as they come.
Yep.
When he does his offensive run installs, and so I've seen a couple snippets of his run installs. Everything is to the finest detail is scripted out, planned out. So he's very detail oriented. So I'm not surprised.
Great coach, just not a good GM.
No, terrible.
If you ever talk to a Houston Texan fan, not many around here,
No.
They don't like that man a lot.
No, and I can't say I blame him.
That's exactly what I was about to say next. I don't blame him either. But let's talk about last Thursday night. Kind of weird saying Thursday night. That's the weird part about Labor Day weekend, teams playing on Thursday and Friday nights. But I'm sure it's one you would like to forget about, the 30-0 loss to Cloudland here at home on the range. Take me through the entire game. I know there's probably not much that you would like to say about it, but just take me through the entire night.
Thanks for bringing up that awful memory again. I appreciate that.
I apologize. Part of the job.
It is. But, it's one of those things we played about as awful as we could have played. We didn't get lined up right on defense. We had a short week at practice anyway, and we played a JV game on Monday, so it was even kind of shorter. So, as a young head coach, I'm still trying to figure out that, hey, if you got a game on Thursday, it's not smart to go play a JV game on Monday. So you live and you learn with that. But it wasn't a region game. No real playoff implications there. So for us, it's good so we can go see what we're doing wrong. I hate we took a loss. I
never
hate
like to take one.
No, I hate losing. But as weird as it sounds, it was good for us to see, hey, we've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. And
our attitudes last week, we thought we had arrived a little bit. And so we've come to work this week with a good attitude and good effort. And we've had a good week of practice so far. So I'm excited that we're not letting that one loss ruin a whole season.
Yeah.
We know it's a long season. One loss does not a team make. So a lot of things to clean up. So as we're cleaning things up, it's just one of those things we took one on the chin. We got to have better effort on Friday nights. We can't fold up and quit when we get tired and don't want to play anymore. We got to fight through for 4 quarters, and that's all I really want to say about that one.
You kind of alluded to one of the questions I had next, and it was this a necessary loss? I don't know if it was a necessary loss, but was it necessary to kind of learn some about your team and kind of fix some of those things going forward after week 1 against North Green? Kind of had the worst start to a game maybe imaginable, and then you were able to recover from that and get the win. Was it necessary to kind of have some of those things happen against Cloudland? That way you can learn and move forward.
I was really hoping we learned from the first half at North Green.
Completely understand that.
That, hey, we have got to show up and we got to play hard. We can't wait till second quarter, third quarter, second half to start really trying to play. So I won't say it was a necessary loss. I hate losing. I'll never say a loss is necessary, but we can learn from it. And the crazy thing is we had 2 linemen starting, linemen out. So we had shuffled a couple guys around. We started a freshman on the offensive line. He was kind of thrown to the wolves against Cloudland.
Okay.
So when we had a couple guys beat up, missing time, that offensive line group is a solid group. But you take the 2 of those guys away, and you got to rotate a couple guys in and you're sticking a true freshman in against Cloudland. It's not a good time to get battle tested.
Yeah.
He didn't play terrible. A lot of little things, things that are fixable for him. It was Kenneth DeBoard. He come in and give us everything he had, but he's just raw. He needs time to learn and develop. And when you get thrown to the wolves against a team that's full of men like Cloudland, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to take some lumps.
Welcome to high school football.
Welcome to high school football, buddy. Here's the team that's won Region 1 1A for
10 years now?
I don't know, a long time. So, he kind of got baptized by fire there.
Yeah.
And so we'll take our lump, learn from it, and play better this week.
That's what I was going to go into next. How do you respond going forward? What have been some of your responses this week during practice?
Our guys have come with a better attitude this week. We've realized, hey, we've got to prepare better.
Yeah.
We didn't prepare well last week. We just thought we could show up and win, and that's never the case in football. You don't show up and practice hard all week. Friday night you can be in a dogfight nightmare. So that's on me as a coach too. I've got to do a better job of getting us prepared. So I look at some of the things I have done did last week. Well, I know I'm not doing that anymore. So I can't. This loss is on me. I didn't prepare us well. I didn't have a good schedule laid out for the week. Didn't do a good job making sure we're focused. So, I didn't make sure we were lined up right on defense. So this loss falls on me as a coach. I take full responsibility for it. So we've got to do a better job making sure we're doing in our preparation.
Moving forward now, you get a fun week of football now. You get a county opponent.
Yeah.
For the second time in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's non-region anymore.
No.
I think I'm finally used to that now after last year. I think I went into this interview calling it a region game, but you get Chuckey-Doak now, another fun county rivalry game. Yeah. Just now thought of this too. Do you have every county game on the road this year?
Yeah. We were all here last year. All 3 were here. So this year all 3 are on the road.
Yeah, I didn't notice that last year or this year, but, who made that schedule like that?
Wasn't me.
But we'll go ahead and go into a break before we preview that game. So we'll be back in just a minute. Need to get a word from our sponsors in first. We'll be right back here on Grassroots Media.
Pizza Inn offers contactless buffet to go with JoJo's Family Feast or anything on our menu for carryout. We also honor birthday parties and cater to businesses and large events. We make it easy. Call us today. Pizza Inn Greenville.
For more than 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has served customers in East Tennessee with licensed and professional plumbing services. From installing your new faucet to replacing your existing piping system, our team at Tommy's Plumbing is trained to handle the job with professionalism, attention to detail, and integrity. By offering warranties on most products installed by our technicians, Tommy's Plumbing stands behind our work, ensuring that your plumbing needs are not only met, but that your problem is solved for the long term. When you need reliable and professional plumbing service, Tommy's is the only call to make. So give us a call today and let us show you the Tommy's difference.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Malone Trucker Service Evan Monroe Show, presented by Critters Corner, where we cover everything on the range with the West Green Buffalo football team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Evan Monroe. So you go on the road this week, another short road trip.
Yeah.
You mentioned it to me during the break. You don't take many long road trips this year. 3 of your road games are South Green, Chuckey-Doak, and North Green, all within the county. So that's comfortable. You don't have to take many long bus rides. You just go down the bypass to Chuckey-Doak in Lower Afton to play them this week. It's a non-region game, but it's still a fun county rivalry game. Those are always fun. It's fun for us. It's fun for the community. It's fun for the kids and the coaches. You all know each other real well. Everybody knows each other. It's always a fun time. Talk about what you expect on Friday.
These county rivalries they're important.
Yeah.
When you play small town football, county rivalries That's what it's the games everybody shows up for.
True.
I expect a great atmosphere Friday night. I expect a crowded place. Chuckey-Doak always has a lot of fans show up.
It's their first home game too, so everybody's excited about that.
Yeah, so I didn't realize it was their first home game. So it's their home opener, so they'll have a ton of fans there. It's not a bad road trip for us, our fans. So I expect the visitor size to be packed. So a great atmosphere, great time for small school, high school football.
Exactly.
But I expect a great atmosphere, great effort from both teams. These guys, some of them go to church together, they work together, they're in the community with each other, so they know each other, and there's bragging rights involved.
There is. It's non-region anymore.
It's not a region, but there's always bragging rights.
Exactly.
So you can always say in 10 years, hey, remember my senior year when I beat you in football?
Exactly.
And they're like, shut up, man.
There's bragging rights for years and years down the road that you might not even think about. You could be on the same coaching staff as a player that you played against, and those memories get brought back up.
Yep. And it's one of those things. It's like it's county rivalries are so important to football. These rivalry games are huge. They make it for a great atmosphere, great fun. Kids, everybody, parents show up, community show up. So I can't overstate how important these local rivalries are. So it's great gate for the schools.
That's one thing I was going to mention. It's a great gate for the teams that host those county games too.
Yeah, great gate. I think last year at South Green when they come up here, I think they were still taking up tickets in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Into the second quarter because there was a line out the gate. So it's one of those things like, man, that's huge for us to be able to have that. But it's Chuckey-Doak week. Team we're familiar with. These guys, like I said, they know each other. They work together, go to church together, in the community together. So it'll be a good time Friday night.
For the third straight week, I'm going to try this again. Quarter Pond Friday Night Lights presented by McAfee and McAfee Attorneys at Law and Tommy's Plumbing Game of the Week. It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Third straight week, West Green's our game of the week. So we'll be down there again on Friday night in Lower Afton, giving coverage of that game. So if you can't make it down to that game, then you'll be able to watch it on the Facebook page. But if you do plan on going to the game, please show up early because, as we mentioned, it'll probably be a packed house. So don't show up when it's game time. You might not find any parking. You might be walking from the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, that's a truck.
It is. But going into that game also, you've seen a little bit of Chuckey-Doak. Usually whenever I like to preview the county games, I can talk about what to expect from the year prior. Well, with Chuckey-Doak, you really don't know what to expect because it's a whole new cast of Black Knights out there. You got a new quarterback, new running back, a lot of new receivers, a few of the same linemen, but a lot of different skill players on offense and a lot of important players on defense. So a lot of different players out there.
Yeah.
What do you expect when you go into that game?
They scored 71 in week one.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to score 70 points in a high school game. And then last week they scored 21 against bigger Granger. Granger's a 4A school. So, they've got a pretty good offense. Things are rolling well for them there. Their defense plays well too. They fly around with the football. They play hard. Their quarterback he's dangerous. He'll roll out. He'll roll. He'll have 1 foot in, 1 foot out of bounds, turn and just sling it. I think he scored against Unaka, one like that. Throws a ball, just hits a guy. Guy just had to jump up and high point it in the back of the end zone. Great ball, great catch. But he'll roll, stretch a play, and if our DB suck up in it, he'll just bomb one. He's got a heck of an arm. I think he threw that one 50, 55 yards in the air.
Yeah.
So, you got a high school quarterback can do that and throw it on a rope. Pretty impressive. Then you got to talk about the running back. To come in week one and break Mervin's school record.
That's somebody that had given you nightmares for 3 straight years, and then you get a running back that could potentially do the same that broke the nightmares record for you all.
Yeah. So he's a kid we've got to work on containing. So, those two definitely are who make them tick.
Yeah.
They got a couple good guys at receiver that can go make plays. Obviously the kid that caught the touchdown at Unaka to jump up, kind of go backwards and get his feet in and still hold on to the ball. It's a heck of a catch. So, they've got guys that'll go up and go get one. They got a running back that's dual threat. They got a running back that he is not afraid of contact and keeps his feet moving. I think he broke a big one against Granger last week. They kind of had him bottled up, and he just kept his feet moving and squirted through, and boom, he was gone. So, they've got dangerous kids all over the place. And then I can't remember the kid's name, but had the big kick return against Granger.
Yeah, Skylar Davis.
Okay. I mean, didn't look like there was much there, and he just found him a little crease and just gone. So, they've got some athletes around there that can hurt you if you let them. So I think if we go out and we play hard and play like I know we're capable of playing, I think we'll be all right. But if we just show up like we did against last week, we may be in for a long night.
Yeah.
It depends on which of these knuckleheads decides to show up. The team that can play with just about anybody around, or the team that just kind of played like they did last week.
Yeah.
So
I know I'd mentioned there's a lot of new faces on defense also, but it's Coach Kaler's second year out there at Chuckey-Doak in black and yellow now, and you'll probably kind of accept the same kind of formations on defense. What do you think you'll see when you line down on offense?
They really like the 4-4 cover 3 look.
Okay.
They got a great athlete playing middle of the field. He just kind of roams back and forth, and it's one of those things, like they've got 8 in the box. They may walk that outside linebacker up, but he's looking to stop the run. And right now we've been a little one-dimensional. I won't say a little. We've been very one-dimensional. So this week we've worked on, some of our quick passing game, just trying to get the ball out of our quarterback's hands a little quicker.
Okay.
Just trying to give ourselves a chance to complete some dink and dunk, try to make them work on defense a little more instead of just stacking 8, 9 guys in the box and bringing the house, which Cloudland did to us and give us fits all night. So, we got to be able to at least complete a few little easy completions to make life a little easier on a run game. Keep them honest.
And as always, too, at the end of every interview, you got 3 keys to the game. What are they?
One, we got to take care of the football. We've had way too many turnovers in the first 2 weeks. You're not going to beat anybody turning the ball over as many times as we have. If North Green didn't turn it over as much as they did, we don't win that ball game. Cloudland, we turned it over way too many times. We seen what happened there. We didn't force enough. So I know I've preached it the past 2 weeks. So we got to take care of the football, but I'm tired of hearing myself preach it because I've preached it out there and I've preached it here. We got to take care of the football. That's the most important thing. Second thing, got to play with great effort and great attitude, great intensity. We come out, we play hard and play fast and play like I know we can. We'll give ourselves a chance. And last thing, score more points than another team.
Absolutely. That's how you win football games. It's as simple as that.
So it's Han's got some big shoes he's got to fill this week. He's got to score more points than the team that's already scored 92 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
So averaging right at a 50 piece a game, that's impressive.
I see that playbook over there. It's
That's
a large play calling sheet.
That's the Waffle House menu.
Is the go-to order still the same?
Go-to order, all-star special still.
All-star special, smothered cover and chunk.
Smothered cover and chunks.
I'll have to try it.
Man after my own heart.
Go.
And on a good night, you gotta get double waffle.
Double waffle.
I don't know if I can
I don't
handle
know.
it.
That's a good night.
That's a good night, okay.
Now, a great night, you skip the waffles, go straight to the biscuits and gravy.
Woo-hoo. Now you
I
talking.
give that to you. That is a great night. Making me hungry now.
Hey, I know my way when I run the Waffle House. I want eventually one day.
There's one thing I won't take in life. That's Waffle House slander.
No, absolutely not.
None at all.
So,
Coach, that's all I got for you this week. As always, appreciate you once again.
hey, no problem.
Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Malone Record Service Evan Monroe Show, presented by Critters Corner. Look forward to seeing y'all next time here on Grassroots Media.
Go Buffs.